what is the ideal schedule for real estate practitioner? Hi, my friends. Clint Stitzer with Stitzer Properties and the Purposeful Practitioner here. And it happens all the time, right? I have an agent that comes into my office and we have a conversation about feeling overwhelmed. We've got too many files or a ton of uncertainty or files blowing up. And then we've got family obligations, we got kids sports, but I got to learn all this stuff that's happening in the market, or this certain thing isn't working and I'm just feeling underprepared, overwhelmed, and out of control. So what is the ideal schedule that allows us to really bring that all together and bring intention and purpose into our practice and our personal life and our family life and our health? And the answer is time blocking, right? So if we just look through the lens of a practitioner, right, the business side of your life as a practitioner, there are 4 areas that we like to make sure are consistently on your schedule. Some of it like to touch a little bit daily. Some of it break it up into weekly. Some of us say, I'm going to work on this on Mondays. I'm going to work on this on Thursdays. But here are the 4 areas that we time block. And when I say time block, I mean we put it there and then we have a systematic way that we approach getting that done. So if it's training, we've got a time block for training. And at training time, we're going to be addressing skills. So what are skills? How are we using our tools? How are our techniques in using the tools? And what are ideas and mindsets in approaching success? Okay. And then we have another time frame that's all about accountability. Accountability is where we're assessing our last week's activities versus our last week's objectives, what we learned, what worked, what didn't work, and what we're going to do this week to make it happen. Okay. The next one is market knowledge, right? We've all got to be up to date on what's happening in the market. What dialogues, what approaches, what mindsets, what facts are helping people make clear and confident decisions to buy or sell real estate or not, right? So let's break it down for a second. We have accountability, where we are taking inventory of what we did, what we wanted to do, what worked, what didn't work, and making a new plan. So we have accountability and planning, time block number 1. Time block number 2 is skill development. What skills worked, what skills didn't work, what improvement do I need? Could be listing presentations, buyer interviews, all of those ideas apply. Time block number 3 is market knowledge. We're constantly staying on top of what's happening in the market and how we can communicate that to buyers and sellers so they can make clear and confident decisions. Of course, time block number 4 is service, right? We've got to be actively serving our clients. We've got to be working our files, searching for those properties, updating their searches, following up with those who requested, all that stuff that you do as an agent that we were doing a ton of last year and maybe not quite as much of this year, right? Because year over year on a weekly basis, contracts are down 25 to 30% here in June, July of 2022. So whereas last year we had a ton of time writing contracts, writing showings, competing to get the house, now we're not spending as much time doing that. So hey, let's shift into skill development. Let's shift into market knowledge. Okay, so there's service. And then the last one, the last time block, which is most important and should be done most consistently because it creates consistency in your income, is your prospecting, right? And whatever prospecting works for you and your personality. Some it's open houses, some it's cold lead generation and following up with those from Zillow or Facebook or whatever it is. Some of you is really working your sphere. Some of you is professional networking and volunteering on boards or being part of a professional networking group. Whatever your mix of business generation is, that's a huge portion of your time that you just need to schedule, time block, and then focus and execute. What we see a lot of agents who struggle do is they try and do all of it all the time, all at the same time. And so they lack intention, they lack purpose, they lack focus. And as a result, they don't get a ton of great work done, any one of them, and they just kind of float and bump along and feel like they've always left something on the table. So the ideal schedule for a practitioner is blocked, and it's blocked focusing on these areas. We're just summing it up. We're focusing on prospecting, we're focusing on client service, we're focusing on accountability and creating a plan for the next week. We're focusing on skill development, and we're focusing on market knowledge. Those are the 5 time blocks for an ideal practitioner schedule. I hope you found this useful. You want to talk about it, shoot me an email. This is Clint Stitzer, wishing you great success in your real estate practice.